The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Africans, we are made to believe in one thing, and that is prayer. Prayer solves everything. The Europeans themselves, who came to colonize Africans, are saying that this is a measure, it's a tool to keep Africans under colonization. So they gave us the Bible and told us that ours is to pray. Whenever we need anything, we shouldn't do anything. We have to keep praying, because prayers will solve everything. So the African till date, we are still stuck in that disease that the Europeans left for us. And we have to understand that if Africa will change, it's not going to change by prayer. That when they finished, they now left Africa and they are busy working. And these people, because of what they did to us, we don't even have the knowledge of what we have in our continent. So ours is to be praying and hoping to die so that we'll go and inherit the gold in heaven. Yet they will come into the continent and be taking the gold that we have here. So the man is saying that it's enough. We have to wake up if truly we want Africa to change. We can never develop and move forward with the religion that these people gave to us.
Yeah, and finally, when you were making your speech, I was very interested when you mentioned about that this is not the time for us to sit down and be praying.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate, please?
Yeah. What the Europeans did when they missionated Africa, they put Christianity there. And the people in Africa they believe in God. They pray to God, and they were told, if you pray, then God will help you. But they didn't tell them that you have to do something. Yeah, God doesn't give you nothing if you don't put effort. And if you give money to the church, that the priest or the pastor pray for you, this is only for benefit for the pastor, but not for yourself. Because you can pray, and you can, the church is a communication. People sing, people pray, and then they should put effort to improve their lives. And not only pray. Praying alone is nothing.
You see, in Africa, I hate to talk about religion. Be careful. Religion is a business in which they sell God. And this business works very well for whoever sets up the shop. Okay? Now, when we're talking about voodoo, we're not talking about a religion. We're talking about understanding your profound nature, so you can be and live as who you are. Nobody can come and tell you, well, hey, you want something? I'm going to see that will give me $5,000. Now I'm going to call God up there and, tell him. No. And this is something that sometimes I find so sad, that we have a lot of people who claim to be Hungan and practicing voodoo. And they're doing the same business as the Catholics, and they're trying to turn it into a religion. Spirituality, nobody can teach it to you. You need to get the fundamentals of any books, any spiritual system. You can get the fundamentals and then look at inside of you and then determine how you are going to use the fundamental principles to improve your life. But nobody can tell you, you must pray every Friday, you must do this every Saturday, you must do that every Sunday. No, because what is good for you is not necessarily what I need. You may need to go into yourself and meditate 100 times a day. And even the same person will not need it the same way all the time. You, in certain circumstances, you need to be meditating and finding all your forces, gathering all your forces continuously certain days. And then other days you may not even think about it. It doesn't mean you don't pray. Because everything you say, if you're living your own life, if you are who you are, and you know who you are, and you live working towards realizing your mission in life, every sound of it out of your mouth is a prayer. Every gesture you make is a prayer. Every dance you dance is a prayer. And when you make love with somebody, you are praying. if you know who you are and this person knows who they are, there isn't anything that you do that is not a prayer when you know who you are.
The worst evil people tend to be religious people, because if they can't control you, they will quote the Bible and use that to control you. Religious people will weaponize the Bible to control you. Highly religious people will say things like, God told me. Well, great. He could tell me. I prayed about it. Well, who did you talk to? Did you dial up the dark side of the force? Who answered? And sometimes what religious people will do, they will try and shove you into their religious system. And sometimes there are schools of thought or entire books that are written by religious, dysfunctional, evil people to create control and generations of family systems. They're like, you just need to read this book. Well, you know what? I got this other book. I think I'm going to keep reading that.
Closing churches and turning them into clubs, into restaurants, into factories. Yet Africans are rather closing their factories and turning them into churches. These people come into the continent with mosques, with Bible, with Quran, with church. Yet what we need the most, these people will never give to us. The African must continue to be praying here and there for our problems to be solved. If these things would have solved the problems of Africa, do you think that by now Africa will still be where it is? For how long haven't we prayed? We have to wake up from this illusion and start accepting the reality and fight for a better Africa. Why will you have gold in your house and somebody will tell you to leave that one and be praying for another one that he himself claimed he has seen that is somewhere and is taking yours? And we allow these people with this narrative. The pastors are benefiting from this thing. And these people are also gatekeepers that are milking the congregants. So they will never come out and tell you the truth. These politicians dine with these people. Yet you claim that politicians are wicked people. If politicians are wicked and then they are with your pastors and buying Range Rovers and everything, pastors, and they are accepting them, I don't know, all the same. What's the difference? We have to wake up. Put religion aside for once. If we have practiced it and it's not helping us, why can't we put it aside? Then try a different thing. When you travel outside of Africa, do you see the white people going to church every blessed day? Do you see them praying? It's just a few of them that they have maneuvered to chain them like us. That is the reason to which nobody regards the African. Because anything at all that they tell us, we believe and we hold on to it. Even though we've seen that things are not changing per what they've told us, yet we still believe because they said when you don't do it and you die, you go to hell. If there is hell, let it be there. The first people that will go to hell are their ancestors, the people who came into Africa and caused genocide. Millions of Africans and forefathers that these people, they are the first people to enter that hell, not you. They are still committing a lot of atrocities against us. So if truly they discovered that hell that they just kept in the Bible 500 years ago, they are the first people that will go there. Let them go. After all, it is their God and it is their religion. They know that there is Africans who don't know that there is anything called heaven and hell. So that is their rule. US can never use its laws to cripple you in Africa here. So why do they use their laws in their book and their God laws to come and cripple you in Africa? We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world. In Europe,